Hello, I'm Canon EOS photographer, Randall M, and I'm here today to talk to you about the cost of focal length and aperture. That's right, focal length and aperture. Now, on average, a longer focal length lens costs more than a smaller one. That means something I can see far away, and a longer lens is going to cost more than a shorter lens where I get a wider view. Now, there are also things to take into consideration, though. Let's say I have a 300 lens, a fixed focal length 300 lens, and I go out to go shopping for a lens, okay? And I go out and I see a 300, a 300, a 300, made by the same company, but one says 2.8, and another one says 3.5 to 5.6, and one's, 500, and another one's 2,000. What's the difference? Well, basically, the smaller the aperture, the more expensive the lens is going to be. Okay, so if you have a 1.0, which has a big hole, that's going to cost more than a lens with a bigger number and a smaller opening. Now, the reason that is, generally speaking, light comes in to your camera like this and spreads out, okay? Well, it's real easy to do this with a real small hole. But a lot of photographers, like professionals, want a bigger lens. So instead of going like this, they kind of have to go like this. And what they have to do that is add lenses on the inside. There's a lot of technical things that go into it. But basically, a 1.0 or 2.8 at 300 standard is going to be more expensive than, say, a 3.5 to 5.6 or whatever that may be. Okay, so that's one thing to consider. Now, obviously, if you have a zoom lens where you go from, say, 300 to 600 or 200 or whatever the zoom may be, that's a factor too. Also, the quality of the glass is something you have to take into consideration. One of the new advancements in the last couple of years is fluorite glass, and that is an improvement over the standard glass that they use in a lot of lenses. So if you have a 300, you can have a 300 1.0, let's just say 300 1.0 lens, and you have another one 3.0 or 300 1.0 lens, fluorite glass. That fluorite glass lens is going to be more expensive. Now, how much more expensive it is going to be depends on the manufacturer and how many they make. There's lots of things that go into that, but basically it's going to be more expensive. Okay? So, that's something to think about when you're going out thinking about lenses, is how big or how small is the aperture hole going to be? What's the length, the focal length? What is the lens actually made of? So, there's several things to think about when you're buying a lens. And especially when you consider some of these lenses are very expensive. So based on your budget, you got a little bit more information now. To go out and have a little bit more information to make a little bit of a wiser decision. And of course, it all depends, of course, what you're going to be shooting. I mean, if you're going to be shooting just, snapshots, obviously you're not going to spend a lot of money. But if you're going out being professional or semi-professional, you want a little bit higher, better lens. So, there you go. So until next time, I'm Canon EOS photographer, Randall M saying thanks for watching. Have a good day, and may God bless you.